Hey friends, and welcome back to 155 Books. My name is Shannon and today I'm going to be sharing with you every single unread book on my bookcase. So as you can see, there's a big gap now because that's where all of my unread books were. They are now on piles beside me, and I'm just going to go through every single one of them and tell you what they are. I haven't actually counted the number of unread books I have because I really don't want to quantify it, but I do think it's probably going to be over 100 books. And the reason for me doing this video today is because my very good friend Charlotte from Reads recently did a similar video of all of her TBR books, and she dropped that video shortly after I noticed that she'd been reading loads of books. She seemed to be finishing a book like every 2 days, according to Goodreads. I kept seeing her like reading different books and finishing different books, and I was like, you are on a reading roll. And then I realised it was probably because she filmed her entire TBR video. So I'm hoping that by sharing all of my unread books with you guys, it kind of gets me into a reading role to try and finish some of them. But without further ado, I'm just going to get into it because there's so many books. Honey and Issue's Guide to Fake Dating, Only Ever Yours by Louise O'Neill, A Little Princess, The Illustrated Mum by Jacqueline Wilson, Ziggy Stardust and Me by James Brandon, Bold and Brave Women from Shakespeare, Norse Myths, Dante's Inferno, Her Body in Other Parties by Carmen Maria Machado, In the Dream House, also by Carmen Maria Machado, Freshwater by Okeke Emezi, Almost Love by Louise O'Neill, My Dark Vanessa, The Harpy by Megan Hunter, Tender is the Flesh, This Is How You Lose the Time War, Station 11, White Rage by Carol Anderson, How to Think Like Shakespeare, Lessons from a Renaissance Education by Scott Newstock, The Untethered Soul, On Connection by Kay Tempest, Native, Life in a Vanishing Landscape by Patrick Lorre, The Interior Silence, 10 Lessons from Monastic Life by Sarah Sands, A Short History of Myth by Karen Armstrong, Venus and Aphrodite, History of a Goddess, David Bowie, A Life by Dylan Jones, Extracts from the Second Sex, A Vindication of the Rights of Women, The Small Edition of Women Don't Owe You Pretty by Florence Given, Simple Passion by Annie Ernaux, Why Be Happy When You Can Be Normal by Jeanette Winterson, Hood Feminism by Mickey Kendall, Everyday Sexism by Laura Bates, Slay in Your Lane, The Black Girl Bible, Don't Touch My Hair by Emma DeBerry, My Body Keeps Your Secrets, Bygone Badass Broads, 52 Forgotten Women Who Changed the World, Ghosts by Dolly Alderton, Girl, Woman, Other by Bernadine Evaristo, The Emperor's Babe, also by Bernadine Evaristo, Summer Water by Sarah Moss, How to Be Both by Ali Smith, The Accidental by Ali Smith, Autumn and Winter by Ali Smith, Open Water by Caleb Azuma Nelson, one many of you may not have expected to see, Beautiful World, Where Are You by Sally Rooney, Kaleidoscope by Brian Selchnick, The Book of Form and Emptiness by Ruth Ozeki, A Little Life, which I said was going to be on my TBR for a really long time, and I was correct, Death Note Volume 5, The Priory of the Orange Tree, which I think has been on my TBR for the longest. If not, it's like the second longest book that's been on my TBR because, again, it's a big one and it's fantasy and it intimidates me. The House in the Cerulean Sea, Lady Midnight and Lord of Shadows by Cassandra Clare, Rule of Wolves by Leigh Bardugo. Yes, I know, another one that many of you are probably not expecting to see on here. It's because I need to reread King of Scars and then I can read this one. The Obelisk Gate and The Stone Sky by N.K. Jemisin. We're not even anywhere near the end. The Communist Manifesto, Is This a Dagger Which I See Before Me by William Shakespeare, To Be Read at Dusk by Charles Dickens, The Missing Girl by Shirley Jackson, Dark Days by James Baldwin, Letter from Birmingham Jail by Martin Luther King, The Master's Tools Will Never Dismantle the Master's House by Audre Lorde, Create Dangerously by Albert Camus, and Notes on Nationalism by George Orwell. The Lamplighter by Jackie Kay, Noughts and Crosses, the play, which was adapted from Mallory Blackman's novel, but by Dominic Cook. The Cider House Rules, a screenplay. Journey's End by R.C. Sheriff. An Inspector Calls and Other Plays by J.B. Priestley. Richard III by William Shakespeare. The Winter's Tale by William Shakespeare, The Importance of Being Earnest and Other Plays by Oscar Wilde, The Canterbury Tales by Geoffrey Chaucer, The Other Bennet Sister, East of Eden by John Steinbeck, Mrs. Dalloway by Virginia Woolf, The Tenant of Wildfell Hall by Anne Bronte, Mansfield Park by Jane Austen, Oliver Twist by Charles Dickens, The Illumination of Ursula Flight by Anne-Marie Crowhurst, Affinity by Sarah Waters, The Nightingale by Kristen Hanna, Delayed Rays of a Star by Amanda Lee Coe, Small Island by Andrea Levy, The Vanishing Half by Britt Bennett, The Silent Companions, A Secret History of Witches by Louisa Morgan, Vicious by V.E. Schwab, An Instance of the Finger Post by Ian Pears, The Murder of Roger Ackroyd by Agatha Christie, The Wolf Den, At Night All Blood is Black, The Fat Lady Sings by Jacqueline Roy, and the last book, which is the book that's been on my TBR the longest, is My Cousin Rachel by Daphne du Maurier. So those are all of my unread books. I now realise there is quite a lot of them because this took me a long time to film, a lot longer than I was expecting. Please let me know in the comments if there's a book you think I should prioritise, and I'll try to get to it as soon as possible. But without further ado, I'm gonna go so I can get some more reading done so I can get this number down, because I'm embarrassed by how many unread books I have. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you soon in my next video. Bye!